You're listening to a Roddenberry podcast.
Welcome, everyone, back to Mission Log Engage here on the Roddenberry.
Who are they?
I don't know. Rod and Perry? Did we switch brands?
Maybe we did.
On the Roddenberry Entertainment channel here on YouTube. I'm Norman Lau.
And I'm John Champion. And yeah, this is what we do. You send us questions, we answer them, or at least we talk about them and evade an answer. I don't know. It depends on the email.
Or perhaps even get the branding completely wrong.
Or completely wrong. Yeah.
Or, John, maybe completely right.
Oh, maybe you know something I don't know. Well, hey, this is what we do. You send us comments and questions, and we don't always get back to them in an email, but this is a great opportunity for the two of us to chat a little and to ruminate over what you have sent. So what's in the mailbag today, Norman?
All right, so we have a quote-unquote easy one from Bryan, who sent this email in.
God. Thank
the mission log at roddenberry.com. So Bryan says, here's a softball in case you need one.
Yes. Yeah.
Parentheses, but also a question I'd love to hear you address. And parentheses. At some point in the future, would you ever consider doing new podcast episodes based on Trek series you've already covered? For example, would you consider putting two hosts who aren't John and Ken, Norman Hawley, for example, on TOS or TAS or TNG? After all, the final word can never truly be said on any of those episodes. Thanks, Bryan.
100% yes. Because I'm answering the part about would you consider it? Yes. Will we do it? I don't know, because it depends on how much production we do, who is available and interested, and what we have to say about those things. But, we've discussed it with Rod before, because he said, look, I assumed that when you get to the end of Voyager and Enterprise and the J.J. Abrams movies, you'll go back and start over with Discovery. And I said, well, and then you just kind of go in series order of what's released after that. And I said, well, all right, first of all, you're talking about a ton of time, which, may or may not be worth it. But the other consideration was to say, all right, we'll do something, but we may have to break down those series in a different way. You may have to consider, say, several episodes or a season of a show like Discovery in a chunk rather than doing episode by episode by episode because of the way it's written, So if we're looking at some reconsideration of how we do Mission Log when we get around to that, I am totally open and interested in the idea of doing something different with the way we've covered older series. So it would be cool to do something retrospectively about TOS or about TAS, or maybe even bring in guests. There's so much good animated Star Trek right now. Do you do a retrospective or rewatch with some of the crew of one of those series? So I think there's a lot of different ways to go that wouldn't be exactly Mission Log, but it would be a cool kind of different approach to still talk about the content of those shows. I don't know, you down for it?
Well, there's also the possibility, John, and people have floated out there in the listener base, for different hosts to do a Mission Log podcast covering the episodes of Mission Log as done by Mission Log hosts.
I can tell you right now 100%, I do not want to listen to that show.
No, but in all seriousness, there's still a lot to cover. I mean, it would be great for us to be able to go back. I mean, I didn't do TOS or TAS or TNG or Deep Space Nine up until season 4 when I came on. So I have my own opinions, and my own ways of seeing the morals and meanings of messages of those series.
Sure.
But, we still have to move forward. So we have still a lot of Star Trek. I mean, who knew that we would have 4 or 5 concurrent series going on at the same time?
Yeah, I know.
At the announcement of Discovery season 1, I wouldn't have never placed money on that bet. Not to disparage the vision of Alex Kurtzman, but I just didn't see it happening. And now we have it, and it's great, which means that we have all of that content still to get to.
Yeah. 100%.
And that is after finishing up Deep Space Nine, 7 seasons of Voyager, 4 seasons of Enterprise, the J.J. Abrams movies, and then we get to Discovery season 1. That's still that's still a lot of runway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So cool. Hey, Bryan, thank you for the softball. I appreciate it. They won't all be like that. We appreciate it. And if you would like to send us your comments, do so at missionlog@roddenberry.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at missionlogpod, and subscribe to the Mission Log Engage playlist right here at youtube.com/Roddenberry Entertainment. Remember, we may use your comments on an upcoming episode of Engage.